My God, I hate drugs.
President Duterte warns of radical changes in the coming days as he arrives home from his 3-day trip in South Korea. He hints at emergency powers to address public order and security. In its own words,
so that there will be changes in the coming days, including public order and security. There are simply too many crimes and too many claiming to be this and that. Well, remember that there is no difference actually between martial law and a declaration of national emergency. So I've been warning all, lahat. I'm warning all, including the human rights. It's either we behave or we will have a serious problem again. Mahirap yan. Most of the complaints here is, di ba pasok dito kasi takot, kidnapin, patayin. Well, somehow, even with this meager emergency power, I will use it to the hilt at put things in order. Ni-warning ko lang kayong mga kriminal, lahat na. Nasa gobyerno, sa labas, I will make radical changes in the days to come.
Mindanao is under martial law until the end of this year. Mr. Duterte justified the extension of this emergency power, citing homegrown and foreign terror attacks alongside the intensified rebellion of the Communist New People's Army. The president also brought home over 250 billion pesos worth of trade and investment pledges from South Korea. Mr. Duterte says these deals could generate 20 to 25,000 jobs. South Korea also promised over 50 billion pesos in official development assistance. The country vowed to help rehabilitate war-torn Marawi. Upon his arrival, the president also addressed his controversial kiss with a Filipino worker in South Korea. The president took the matter lightly, saying he's been kissing women since his days as mayor in Davao City.
We enjoyed it. It was a hubris and everybody enjoyed. Asking for malice, I do not do it in public if there is malice. I would pull the woman down somewhere along the empty halls. I'll tell you what, there are people here from Davao. During the campaign in my mayorship days, I kissed every woman there, lips to lips. Hindi lang yung smack. Yung ibang babae gusto talaga ng romance. I-style ko yan eh. Maghanap kayo ng ibang style ninyo. There is nothing wrong in a simple kiss, you cause an uproar. Inggit lang yan sila. Sabihin mo sa kanila, palitan nilang pustiso nila.
The kiss drew mixed reactions on social media, with critics calling it, quote, unpresidential behavior. Moving on to another story, police now want to examine the phone of Madonna Joy Ednaco Tanyag, an assistant special prosecutor at the Office of the Ombudsman who was killed on Monday. Speaking to CNN Philippines, Quezon City Police District Chief Superintendent Joselito Esquivel says they want to look into other possible angles in the crime.
Yung cellphone talaga ng biktima, meron akong eyewitness account na nung sumakay siya sa taxi, binalibag niya. Itong delivery boy ng Monterrey was able to retrieve. And then he made contact just this afternoon to the husband. Kaya na-recover na ngayon ng ating mga investigator by the lead ni Superintendent Rodel Marcelo. And we're asking permission to sa husband na ma-explore namin yung cellphone for digital forensics para lumabas. Baka we're not leaving any stone unturned.
Authorities described Tanyag's killing as a robbery gone wrong. The lone suspect, a drug addict who spent 10 years at the General Santos City Jail for a drug case. Our Judge Cahiles tells us authorities are looking into the possibility the killing was work-related.
Nag-agawan kami
Ng ano?
ng pitakan.
Pitaka. Tapos lumaban ba? Saan mo siya sinaksak? Sang katawan.
Arrested suspect Angelito Avenido admits he robbed and killed Attorney Madonna Joy Tanyag, Assistant Special Prosecutor at the Office of the Ombudsman in Visayas Avenue, Quezon City on broad daylight Monday. Tanyag had 3 fatal stab wounds on the left side of her chest. She's 5 months pregnant.
At that time, bumili lang siya ng milk tea. Yung milk tea nga, hindi naman tumakon, di ba? Nakapatong lang doon sa kotse. Nasa kotse na ipatong na. So siguro, pasarado niya na yung kotse. Doon siya nakitaan ng parang target of opportunity nga ito. Kaya ang tawag namin ito, robbery gone wrong.
Authorities reviewed CCTV footages near the crime scene. And through the help of concerned citizens, they identified suspect Avenido through his tattoos.
Nung pagtapos niya po saksakin, tumakbo po siya sa gasoline station po. Dun sa Shell. Opo, may tattoo po siya, ma'am.
Alin doon sa tattoo niya yung natandaan?
Sa kanang braso po. Puro tattoo po siya, tsaka sa leg po.
Tumutugma yung nandito yung pinakita.
Opo.
Authorities immediately carried out a hot pursuit operation that led to Avenido's arrest at around 5:45 p.m. in Barangay Culiat, Quezon City. In his possession, identification cards of the victim, 9,000 peso cash, and the victim's mobile phone.
Nung mag-execute na kami ng arrest, nag-resist siya report sa akin ng aking mga follow-up. And then, yung namang mukha niya talaga namamagana yan, mukhang hindi natulog na 5 araw yun.
Kung nabubuhay po ang aking asawa ngayon, sasabihin niya po na naniniwala pa rin po siya sa ating batas at hustisya.
Authorities say robbery is the main motive of the suspect that eventually led to the gruesome death of Attorney Tanyag. Police say Avenido, a jeepney barker, was high on drugs when the incident took place.
Ito ang pruweba na talagang ganito ang utak ng mga adik. Ito yung walang pakundangan na pumatay para lang kumita ng pera, magkaroon ng maliit na pera at ipagbili ng droga.
Based on records, Avenido was jailed for more than 10 years for a drug case in General Santos City and was just released last February. Reports say he came in Quezon City to run away from a homicide case in which he was allegedly involved. Police adds Avenido has a recent case of committing violence against his live-in partner.
Hindi naman ito nangyayari halos araw-araw. So we cannot say that this is rampant. What we're trying to say here is meron pang ganyan. That's why meron pa rin tayong mga naiengkwentrong mga ganyan.
Authorities will continue their investigation and explore possibilities that Tanyag's death may be related to the cases she handled.
Yung mga pangyayari, hindi yun sadya. Nagkagawan lang kami, kaya mantong sa ganun. Kaya humihingi ako ng pasensya sa mga pamilya niya. At humingi na rin ako ng sorry.
Despite asking forgiveness for what he did, Avenido could not bring back the lives of the young and promising lawyer and her unborn child. George Cahiles, CNN Philippines.
Over 4 billion worth of investments that he got from South Korea and many jobs, thousands of jobs that it's going to generate. Also, he said something about helping the Philippine General Hospital and also about the diplomatic protests against China that's still being talked about in recent days because there are calls, as you know, to make the diplomatic protests against China's aggression or reclamation in the South parts of the South China Sea to make it public. The DFA secretary said they filed several diplomatic protests, but there are certain ways to do it, as he said. And also, of course, the controversial kiss.
Yes, people are still
they're still talking about that for sure.
And in Chris Aquino is also now part of this whole controversial.
Lumaki na ng
post on
lumaki.
Instagram. Yes, that's right. Well, another story, sad news for a lot of women, a lot of people. Kate Spade passed away in her New York residence, and apparently it was apparent suicide. She hanged herself, and she also left a suicide note. So we'll give you more updates on Kate Spade.
Shocking news for everyone.
Yeah, sad news also. Yeah, I think I see you with a Kate Spade.
Yes, I think everybody, or it's one of those fashion pieces that a lot of women aspire to own, especially the bags.
Yeah. Well, in the world of sports, also sad news if you're a Novak Djokovic fan. He is out of the French Open. Novak Djokovic has been eliminated by an Italian, Marco Cecchinato, and in the quarterfinals. We have more on that story later on. Again, stick around until 7:30 for these stories and more. Meantime, here are the morning's headlines.
President Rodrigo Duterte warns of radical changes in the coming days and says he will use emergency powers to put things in order. Authorities continue to look into all angles in the killing of a public prosecutor, this even after the arrested suspect confessed to the crime. And Tropical Depression Domeng is expected to bring moderate to heavy rains over some parts of the country.